by his mercy. That's the type of overwhelming feeling you ought to have when you step up to the plate. And you say, it's not about me, but it's about God. So I'm going to swing. Oh my God, you better lift up that hand. Take a swing for God. If you are not taking swings for God, you know what you are? Bench warmers. Don't be a bench warmer. Take a swing for God. Take a swing for God. So when the enemy comes in like a flood, you're going to remember that God will raise a standard against them. And you are going to be able to not only recognize that this thing is not about you, it's not about the way things look, it's not about how you feel. You're going to deny yourself, deny your emotions, and you're going to be able to say to fear that will come from the enemy rising up against you, I'm swinging for God, access denied. When the tongue talkers and those people who are jealous of you begin to run their mouth and spread lies about you because you are getting ready to answer the call, you are going to deny the doubt that may come from those lies and then trying to say things about your reputation, and you are going to say, I'm taking up this opportunity. I'm answering the call into those things I say, access denied. When your body gets a bad report from the doctor and they tell you that a certain infirmity is taking over, fear will come, worry will come. You might get a little anxious, but you are not going to let a bad report from a doctor move you away from the call that God is leading you to. Because you will say, whose report am I going to believe? I will believe the report of the Lord, and I'm going to stand up to the plate. I'm going to grab my spiritual weapons. The Bible says we put them with some truth, with some righteousness, with some faith. And I'm going to take a swing for God and deny and say access denied to the bad report of the doctor. When certain relationships that seem to always hold you down, maybe your ride or die was always there, when those people begin to be removed from your life, and a sense of loneliness may come, a sense of confusion may come, you are going to not allow those relationships that have been moved, those relationships that may have been temporary provisions, things that God allowed to be in your life for a season but not for the rest of your life because they will take you away from your destiny. You are not going to allow those feelings to keep you from answering the call of God, but you are going to step up to the plate and say the devil is a liar. I've got God on my side, and whenever God removes a relationship, God gives me another divine connection, somebody who will help sharpen me for the kingdom of God. So I say to those things, access denied. Baby, whatever may be holding you back, I dare you to leave this place today and say, I'm going to step up to the plate. I'm going to hear the call of God. I'm going to admit that I might be scared. I'm going to admit that I might be confused sometimes. I'm going to admit that I might worry sometimes. But God, that's my issue. That's a problem that I have. But God, I'm going to deny those things and say, listen, the call of God on my life is more important than some feelings that will come from the flesh. God is calling you, ladies and gentlemen. You were not saved to sit back and warm a bench. You were not saved to sit back and be guilty. You were saved to serve the Lord, to let your light shine. Hello, happy birthday. Where the Christians at? You ain't saved to sit down. You ain't saved to be idle. You saved to move for the glory of God. You are saved to step up to the plate, to get off the bench and take a swing for God. Where those people at?